Cal, the Bombers were a massive story this week, not only for Nick Bryan's ACL injury, but also for the news that Sam Draper qualifies as an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, Riley, that's right. And they are our cover story for this week. There it is, holding the card, Sam Draper, how he's facing his free agency decision. The 8-point rebuild plan to fix the Eagles, that's coming up as well. Has Brisbane already found its Joe Daniher replacement? And pick shake-up, why a change is needed to save the draft. But let's get to Draper and the Bombers because they are our cover story. And it is the Don's dilemma now. Now, what do they do with these two out-of-contract ruckmen who are in a very unique position? Nick Bryan's out for this season with his ACL injury over the weekend, the season injury ending knee injury over the game against Melbourne. And then there's the Sam Draper situation of being a shock unrestricted free agent. I saw a UFA and nobody believed it because he was not going to be that. No one expected him to be an unrestricted free agent. And for me now, it really opens up the floor for clubs to come and get him and to pay a little bit more to do that as well. Adelaide has been circling Draper for the best part of a year, knowing that this was coming. And the compensation conundrum now for the Bombers is what that would take for him to be pulled out of the footy club. So I think what's happened over the past few days has made Draper's position very leveraged at Essendon. They want to keep him. He's been keen to stay in Melbourne as well.
Yep.
But there's still, I think, the idea was to play a bit of footy with these two as a ruck partnership. That now won't happen. So that's still an unknown about how they can play together.
And the other aspect of that, which I think you need to factor in, is a couple of weeks ago you made the very good point that potentially it might work in Essendon's favour to let Sam Draper go, get a first-round pick in for him, though. If that's the case, there's every chance in 12 months' time you go into round one, Nick Bryan's still not fit. And you don't want to go into the season with a 37-year-old Todd Goldstein, who hasn't played at all in the first 6 weeks of this season, as your number one, and maybe you're even your only available ruckman going into round one next year.
I actually thought Sam Draper played the best game of his career on the weekend as well. I thought he kept it really simple and clunked his marks, and it was a good timing for him to do that. Adelaide has been keen on him. I wonder if the unrestricted banding, though, would see other clubs come from the clouds to have a crack at him, like they did for Harry Perryman last year. Collingwood came late to pay that high amount to get him to be an unrestricted free agent, and also then what that would mean for what the Bombers do and if they accept a pick in the draft to do that. Who needs a ruck? Well, Adelaide clearly are chasing. Melbourne clearly needs someone to come for within Max Gawn's career. St Kilda is chasing Tom De Koning. West Coast is clearly in need of a ruck. And Carlton, if they lose Tom De Koning, well, they're going to be in the market too. So I wonder if Adelaide, if they would also jump around. If Sam Draper re-signs at Essendon, would you then look at Nick Bryan and see what happens? The other quirk in this is that they're both managed by the same company, TGI Sport. So they both would have a reasonable idea of what the other one is planning to do. So a very interesting situation, the Bombers, and a bit of a dilemma after that shock earlier this week. It's a bit of a game changer, I think. And no, it won't impact their compensation if he does leave. I think they're more of a chance to get a better pick for him.
Because the offers will get bigger.
I agree.
Yeah, and Collingwood you could almost add to that list as well, potentially, depending on what happens with Darcy Cameron in the next 12 months.